Welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we're going to take a look at the EVERGOODS Civic Travel Bag 26 liter. So the Civic Travel Bag 26, where did it come from? Well, originally this bag has its origins in a collaboration. In 2022, EVERGOODS and Carryology released this bag. This is the Phoenix 2. The second EVERGOODS collaboration, and this bag took off as a very popular bag. Now the problem was, after it sold out, you couldn't find it anywhere. It was very tough to find anyways. And EVERGOODS has done a really good job of listening to customer feedback and hearing what people are asking for. So about a year later, a little bit less, EVERGOODS releases their Civic Travel Bag 26 and their standard solution dyed fabric. I was super stoked when they finally released this. I loved this. I love that it's an X-Pack bag. It's very unique. Has all sort of the bells and whistles that you'd like in a bag. But this thing, this is made to be thrown through the ringer. And I think this is a home run of a backpack. So let's talk about it. I have very few negative things to say, if any at all, but I have tons of praises for this bag. So let's sit and talk about the exterior for a minute. This is solution dyed fabric, which means it is an environmentally friendly way to dye the fabric. It's dyed upstream before the strands are woven. This is a 420D High Tenacity Nylon. The interior is also a 420D High Tenacity Nylon. That has a PU coating on it. We have EVERGOODS' traditional logo right here with their little loop area. This is a full clamshell bag, so we've got a zipper path that goes around the entire bag base to base. We have one number 10 reverse coil zipper. All zippers are by YKK. They're all DWR finished. Outside of the main clamshell zipper, the other zippers, there's 4 other ones, these are all number 8s. We have 2 water bottle pockets. These are made from fantastic stretch material. I absolutely love these. That's probably why this is my favorite bag of all time so far. I think EVERGOODS is the best bottle pocket maker in the game. They do a lot of things super well, but it is hard to find a criticism with these pockets. We've got 2 handles, like all signature bags, or most bags in the EVERGOOD lineup. These handles also have the loops right here. Those loops give you the ability to lash your gear. Actually, spin that around. You can lash your gear to these loops via carabiner or some cord. But again, the handles, very easy to grab. They are low profile. They don't really stick up too much. I've been using this bag for about a year, so you can sort of see that organic arc that is created from, me just taking advantage of the handles as much as I can. We have a number of pockets. On the front of the bag, we have the sort of signature pocket that is here from both the CTB and CPL series. We have one mesh pocket right here. This is large enough to fit a small notebook. Field Notes fits in there. I often keep just a battery bank here if I'm looking for something easy to grab. We've got 2 slip pockets. This one is large enough for your current iPhone, and this is a great pocket for a flashlight, maybe a pen, or a multi-tool. Additionally, in here we have a red lanyard with a plastic spring-loaded clasp. Hardware on this bag is from Duraflex, and I've got here just a Gerber shard and half of a black ember magnetic keychain, which I have on most of my keys. So the pockets on EVERGOODS bags are all independently created, meaning the volume that you can use in this bag isn't going to be impeded because the bag is full somewhere else. You have the ability to fill that even when the bag is already packed out. So super cool thing. We're going to kind of see that as we get into the different pockets on this bag. The next pocket is this front quick access pocket. This pocket is huge. It is very big. The CTB26, right? This bag's bigger brother, the sort of preceding bag in this part of the lineup. I'm able to fit a full-size headphone case in here. My Sony XM3 case slides right in that, no problem. Cap 1s fit in here, no problem. Actually, on that they fit. We will test if they fit in here later because I actually don't remember. But this is a very large pocket. So much so, you know, we've got a 32-ounce Nalgene. EVERGOODS says these pockets are sized for these, and you can see that they are, but we're not going to put this 32-ounce Nalgene in the water bottle pocket. We're going to put it in this quick access pocket. Because not that it should go in here, and not that it really needs to fit, just to show you how big this pocket is. And you can't even see the bottle probably. There is still enough space for me to put, I don't know, my wallet, my keys. I can drop a whole bunch of stuff still in here. That top portion of the pocket is totally empty. So again, that independent volume goes miles and miles on this bag. So front pocket, front quick access pocket. Then we've got at the top the yoke pocket. This is also super big. This yoke pocket, I've just got it stuffed with all sorts of things. Remnants of sunglasses at one point. Pocket organizer with the flashlight and knife. I've got my keys, a pen, some chapstick, work badge and commuter pass, and that's all I got. I do wish, man, so again, this huge pocket, I do wish that that key leash was actually in here. That would be cool. I don't find this key leash location to be very good. I think that they could have done a better job of placing it here, just like they did in the CPL. It being up here kind of makes sense. I mean, keys are kind of sharp, right? Like they've got points on them. I wouldn't want to be leaning on a wall and then having my key rubbing on the inside of this fabric. Over time, you know, that could probably create a little puncture. So I don't use, again, I don't use that lanyard in here. I just kind of keep those up top. One little thing I do also wish they would do, I think it's edccarry does this. They have daisy chain throughout the interior of the bag and on inside of different pockets, and their key leash is removable. You loop it over itself like a little slip knot or a and it just attaches to that daisy chain. I think that's a super smart idea because then you can have the person who buys the bag put that leash where they want it. So maybe that's an approach EVERGOODS would take instead of having a fixed position. But I digress. So that is front, top-ish front, top yoke pocket. And again, before we look at the back panel, this is the water bottle I typically carry with me on a daily basis. It's a 20-ounce Zoji Rushi insulated thermos. I like it because it's slim. It's slim, it's easier to fit in here. It also doesn't strain the elastic on the pocket as much, and I want to really make this bag last. So, You know, I could put in something like an Owala, like a big 32-ounce bottle. It fits fine, but I tend to not need it, right? There's probably water where I'm going, so I can refill this. But yeah, back panel. So I live in a house with a dog, and if you see dog hair, there probably won't be much of it because this bag sheds it really well. It is just my dog. So back panel. This is the standard material that we've seen on EVERGOODS bags now for a couple years. They have a 3D spacer mesh with this nylon material on top. There are a number of little seams and recesses that go along the bag. They provide some small air channels, but the 3D mesh actually breathes pretty well. I've worn this bag in the heat of summer and the humidity. All bags are going to be hot. No bag is going to be amazing outside of like designated hiking bags with straight up air channels, but this does a really good job of keeping you pretty cool, especially in the summer. So I think this is great. We see that same fabric here on the underside of the strap. The straps are, they're made with a zote foam, and you can see here the shape of the strap is contoured. It is ergonomically shaped to fit most folks. On the top of the strap, we've got two pass-throughs, one on each side. This is for a hose and a bladder system. When we look at the inside of the bag, you'll see that that bladder can be attached up at the top of the bag. We also have a series of daisy chain here on the front of the straps. This is how the sternum strap attaches. It is removable. This design is actually pretty good. It's quite, I won't say it's hard, but they make it tough to take on and off, which is a good thing. You don't want this to fall off unexpectedly. The sternum strap is reversible and removable, so it also has a little logo sewn in right here. A little bit of a fray. This is one of two minor areas of wear after wearing this bag for a year, pretty much exclusively for at least 6 to 9 months. So this thing is holding up really great. While we're here, the item of discussion is probably, you know, the lower back thing, right? If you have read about EVERGOODS on the internet, you know, there's always a vocal minority of folks who will talk about how the bottom of this bag presses into their lower back. I don't experience this, but, you know, not to say that those folks, you know, don't. I think they definitely do, but luckily I'm not one of them. So I would say it's probably caused by the shape of the frame sheet in here, which has a slight bend in it, and likely this is just kind of pressing on that lower back. I have heard folks remove the frame sheet, saying that it does make it better, and I've also seen and heard of folks putting a small cloth or a small towel down at the base of the inside of the bag. But yeah, it's good for me. I'm 6 foot, maybe not average size, but you know, I'm 200 pounds, 6 foot, and I don't experience any of that. I also wear the bag high and tight, so maybe that helps as well. We have ourselves here a luggage pass-through. This luggage pass-through is great for travel. It allows you to just throw this bag right on top of roller luggage and be on your way. I have noticed that, you know, in the last year and traveling quite frequently, probably, you know, for me it's frequent. I've probably taken 12 or so trips in the past year or so. You know, almost double that in flights. This feels like it's a pretty big gap. You know, I don't notice it when I'm wearing it, but like here, you know, with my arm through it, it's sizable. So maybe there's a way to perfect this, you know, in a future version where it doesn't sort of stick out so much. Straps are contoured, right? This is that EVERGOODS patterning. You're going to get this sort of from behind the shoulder over shape that really accentuates that yoke pocket. This is that really great patterning here that distributes weight over the straps, and I find makes the bag comfortable, but also just gives you so much space inside that yoke pocket. And then lastly, we got ourselves a laptop area. So in here, I got my iPad. You can see here the small, the yoke pocket up top, and I don't know if you can see that super well. You probably won't be able to see this at all. Yeah, I don't know. There's a small nylon loop behind the yoke pocket. That is where you can hang your bladder. I keep my iPad in here. This is, like I said, my EDC bag a lot of the time. It's great for my commute, for being on the train. Just pull that out while this sits on my lap. And then we also have the dedicated laptop compartment in this front area of the bag, or back area of the bag. I have in here a current 16-inch MacBook Pro that fits right in here, no problem. This is sized to fit 17-inch machines. There is also loop fastener on the inside and also the outside to secure your machine. So if you are one of those folks that doesn't want to deal with the strap, well, you never have to think about it again. But I am, so I'm going to keep it done. Inside here we have just a tag, EVERGOODS tag that says a little bit about the company, designed in Bozeman, sewn in Vietnam. And then there is, let's see if this is kind of tough to see, there's a zipper path right here along the back, and this is where that frame sheet's located. So if you were going to remove it, you can just unzip that down from above the yoke pocket and pull that sucker out. Not too difficult to get in and out, so it's worth experimenting. All right, so let's dive in to the inside. And again, this is the travel bag, right? This is a 26-liter travel bag, so it is large. This is going to be bigger than you probably need for EDC, but everyone's carry differs, and I use this both for EDC and for my travel purposes. So you can see here, this is kind of like a little bit of a layout of what I've got. We'll get a little better image so you can see what's in here. First up, we have a Peak Design packing cube. If I'm bringing, if it's a shoulder month, spring, fall, cold mornings, hot afternoons, I'll wear this in the morning and then roll it up in here, and this will keep it clean just in case. I've got myself my trusty Cap 1. This stores all of my daily tech, cables, charger, MagSafe battery pack, etc. I've got a set of headphones. These are Sony XM3s. Very trusty. I've had those for a number of years as well. I have a undyed, well, it started as undyed, Cap 2 that was gifted to me over the holidays. The individual who gave this to me had a go at dyeing this green, and it came out pretty cool. As you look at the different fabric panels, you can see how the dye took differently in different places. I think it's super cool. So if you're curious, this is what it looks like. If you want to have a go at dyeing one of the undyed items that EVERGOODS may still have in stock, so check it out. And then up here I have a Triple Lot Design booster pod. This is a snack pouch as it stands right now, and it is connected via the webbing. So EVERGOODS CPL and CHZ and CTB bags have the webbing at the top here. The exception to that is the newer CPL 16. That, they have omitted the webbing. I love the webbing. In all of the bags that do have it in EVERGOODS lineup that I own, I have a set of these Fidlock snaps, which allow me to take my pouches, put the snaps on one side, and now it's secured at the top of the bag. It is easy for me to get to. I can just unzip the top. If I wanted to keep something more secure, you know, that little guy is now right here. And I have tried an assortment of stuff up here. You know, anything with some sort of fastener on the back is probably going to work for you, but I would definitely recommend having a go at finding a way to use these. Super useful. So inside the CTB, we've got here a stretch fabric, just one large pocket that spans the width of the interior. I typically have a moleskin notebook in here. Must be at my desk. And that is really it for the main compartment. You know, we have the handle, right? This exterior handle. This handle is supported, the side handle is supported by an aluminum stay here in the bag. So that's what gives your handle structure. It is removable, and that is just where it's located. So let's take a look at the panel. Inside of the panel. So here we have, let me just show you what we're working with. Here we have a zipper pocket. I have in here just a small topo pouch. This zipper pocket will accommodate a cap one. It will actually fit two cap ones if they are overlapping. Kind of fits in both orientations as well. You know, EVERGOODS is considerate when they're designing their products, so it's no surprise that the cap one fits right in there. This mesh is very strong, very sturdy feeling mesh. It is not stretchy, but you know, it gives you enough visibility to know what's inside there. Also breathability, so take that for what you will. And you can also see that, maybe you can't see, but this fabric has dimension built in. So it sort of extends outwards towards the front of the bag, ever so slightly, giving this space its own independent volume. Then at the top of the bag, we have an opaque panel here. This hides two slip pockets and then just a space in front of those for you to store your items. In here I have two more topo pouches. These are the micro pouches that you'll see in many of my videos. And then finally, we have the EVERGOODS patch. This EVERGOODS patch says the year was made, 2023. We can see that it's made out of a 420D solution dyed nylon, and it's designed and developed in Bozeman. So that is your rundown of the CTB26. I absolutely love this bag. If you asked me and I had to answer and asked what my favorite backpack is, it would definitely be this one, the CTB26 as it stands right now. The quality of materials, the functionality of, everything about this bag, the handles, the straps, the pockets, the patterning, the laptop compartment, which is suspended, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. These bottle pockets are incredible. This is a tremendous bag. Wonderful travel companion, and for me works really well for EDC in certain situations. Now, it is a travel bag, right? The Civic Travel Bag 26. So how does it work with travel? Well, I've gone on a few trips with this bag, and typically, you know, it is not my one bag travel solution. If I was going to do one bag travel, I would probably take something a little bit bigger, maybe in the 30, 35 liter range. But, you know, some folks do travel light and with small bags. I'm not one of those people. I've accepted that at this point. But here I have the EVERGOODS CTB in OD green. And I'm just moving a couple things around here just so we can walk through this real quick. So again, EVERGOODS CTB OD green. Super nice looking color, by the way. I think it's really sharp. Looks really nice. But inside here, I have a medium packing cube from Peak Design. This packing cube is, you know, it's one of the more popular ones out there. There are a number of brands that make a great packing cube. I hear about this one often, so I thought this would be a good demonstration. There are also packing cubes that I use all the time. When I travel, I use this one and the small one. Now this one takes up a lot of the bag. So perhaps you'd be better off with the smaller packing cube, packing a little bit more minimally. I'm also throwing in here my DOP kit. This is the Air Travel Kit 2. This is the large DOP kit. There's a lot of stuff in here. I probably wouldn't bring this, but for the sake of showing, you know, what you can fit in this bag, this is 2 pairs of pants, 5 shirts, underwear and socks to match, DOP kit. Here's a set of over-the-ear headphones. In the panel, I've got a Cap 1 with all of my tech to support me. I'm not bringing a laptop on this trip. You know, there's nothing in here yet, but like easily move around your things, passport, whatever have you. Earbuds. You've got this pocket. You know, the way that this is set up, it makes travel a breeze. You know, especially if you're a person that travels with no checked bags. You know, maybe you have a roller and this. Moving through the airport, this on top of the roller, great move. Rollers up in the overhead. This is under, you know, the seat in front of you. When it's down in front of you like this, being able to just open this pocket, if you're strategic about what you want to put in here, like this pocket is fantastic. I typically have a small thing that'll take out my flight kit, but this bag is a tremendous asset to travel, and it is 26 liters, right? So it's a little big. So if I'm taking this to travel, I'm gonna bring something even smaller just in case. So here in the laptop compartment, I actually have a Matador travel backpack. This is the EDX backpack stuffed away in there. And that fit, so you know, that fit behind the laptop compartment where that water bladder would go. That's how much space is right here. Downside of that, you're losing that space on a regular basis if you're not using it, right? So this backpack, which is thin, you know, it's just X-Pack. There's not much to it. There's no padding, nothing for structure really. But that slides in here, and you know, this is a great place to stick in, you know, a Matador refraction backpack or something small enough to slide in there. Maybe you're going to bring a packable duffel just in case you're going to go shopping and you want a second bag to check or something. But I was surprised, thinking like, oh, that's not going to fit, and then it fit. And I traveled on my last trip, went to Puerto Rico, brought this as my 2-bag travel, and this is what I used out and about every single day while I was out there. So EVERGOODS CTB26, absolutely killing it. You know, if you want a one bag with this, sure, you can do that. You can be minimal. You can pack better than I can. But for me, it works in a 2-bag travel setup very well. So thank you, EVERGOODS, for making an incredible bag. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Would love to know what you would use this bag for. Curious to hear your thoughts on this bag. But thank you. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.